Hello, 9th standard. Have a good day. Have a nice day. I hope you are doing well. Today we are doing video number 4, Animal Tissues, part 1. So far we have learned in video 3, Plant Tissues, part 1 and 2. I don't name it as part 1 and 2. It is we have plant tissues, and we have learned about meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. I hope you remember all that. In today's video number 4, we are continuing the lesson tissues, that is organization of tissues, where we are going to learn about animal tissues part 1. Right? Before that, at the beginning of this video, I would like to do the discussion for assignments 1 to 4 that we are doing it. Sharia. Now this assignments 1 to 4, I already given assignments, all the 4 assignment along with these videos as and when you are getting. Sharia. Now first assignment, what you have done is this animal kingdom lesson. Yeah. In that, what is classification and define taxonomy? Initially, the method of arranging organisms into groups on the basis of similarities and differences is called classification. I repeat, the method of arranging organisms into groups on the basis of similarities and differences is called classification. Next, taxonomy is the science of classification, which makes the study of wide variety of organisms easier. And it helps us to understand the relationship among different groups of animals. The first systematic approach to the classification of living organisms was made by Swedish botanist Carolus Linnaeus. I hope you understand. Then second question, name the Whittaker's 5 kingdom classification as kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom Fungi, kingdom Plantae, and kingdom Animalia. I repeat, kingdom Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. Then name the hierarchy of classification as kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. This is slanting up order, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. I hope you follow. Then, what are germ layers? Germ layers it is layers formed during the development of an embryo. Embryo channel, the zygote as a result of fertilization, that is fusion of male and female gamete fused to form the zygote. And that zygote will undergo various changes, that is called embryo. And during that development of embryo, there are differentiation of different layers as embryo becomes an adult. And as such, the germ layers are as outer ectoderm, middle mesoderm, and inner endoderm அப்படினு அது வந்து differentiate ஆகும். And these germ layers, they are as diploblastic and triploblastic animals. I hope you follow. Diploblastic and triploblastic animals. And organism with 3 germ layers as ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm are called triploblastic animal. Example, rabbit. Whereas now you write about diploblastic and the line beside. Okay, so you make a note. Organism with the germ layers, ectoderm and endoderm. And mesoderm is as representing mesoglia, and it is the characteristic feature of coelentrates. It is a characteristic feature of coelentrate. So the diploblastic matter in textbook refer panning. Okay. So I repeat, organism with the germ layers, ectoderm and endoderm are called diploblastic animal, and the middle mesoderm is in the form of tissue like called mesoglia. Example, coelentrates. All the animals included under phylum Coelentrata. Right? Then give the binomial of amoeba. It is Amoeba proteus. And peacock is Pavolistatus. Peacock is Pavolistatus. I hope you understand. So this is what binomial nomenclature. What is binomial nomenclature? We know it is the naming of an organism using generic name and specific name is called binomial nomenclature. In that, amoeba is a generic name, proteus is specific name. Then on label, use element animal. I ask you to note down from the textbook. I hope you follow this. Then assignment 2, again it is continuation I have given. Mesoglia is present in the phylum. It is phylum Coelentrata. Mesoglia is present in the phylum Coelentrata. Then water vascular system is found in starfish, that is phylum Echinodermata. In that, phylum Echinodermata is characterized by the presence of water vascular system. Example for Echinodermata is starfish. Then match the following. Coelentrate, the side examples. Yeah. So Coelentrata, example hydra, platyhelminthes, tapeworm, Echinodermata, starfish, and mollusca, snake. I am sure this is clear. Then list the respiratory organs of amphibians. List the respiratory organs of amphibians. Their respiration is affected by gills, skin, buccopharynx, and lungs. In amphibian, as the name says, amphibian animals living in both land and water. Amphibian example, frog. This frog at this young stage, larval stage, it is living in water. That is called tadpole larva. I hope you understand. And that tadpole is breathing through the gills. So gills are the respiratory organ for tadpole. And skin, it is called cutaneous respiration. Skin is known as cutaneous respiration. And buccopharynx, frog will also breathe by opening their mouth. So it is buccopharynx. And pulmonary respiration is through the lungs. That is why it is given respiratory organ in amphibian is affected by gills, skin, buccopharynx, and larynx. I hope you understand. Then question 4, write a note on subphylum Cephalochordata. Write a note on subphylum Cephalochordata. They are small fish-like marine chordates with unpaired dorsal fins. Subphylum Cephalochordata are small fish-like marine chordates with unpaired dorsal fins. The notochord extends throughout the entire length of the body. Notochord, I hope you remember, in animal kingdom, after invertebrate, when we start learning about vertebrate, it is said as prochordates and chordates. Prochordates are animals which are intermediate form, that is in between echinoderm and the vertebrate animals. So now in this prochordates, this cephalochordata, the backbone or the vertebral column is represented by a small, long, a lengthy, small, thin and structure called notochord. And this notochord only in higher animal is transformed into vertebral column or the backbone. So subphylum Cephalochordata, these chordates are small fish-like marine chordates with the unpaired dorsal fins. The notochord extends throughout the entire length of the body. Example, Amphibians. I hope you follow. Then I will draw the diagram for liver fluke. Refer the textbook. Ascaris, male and female diagram. In that, while drawing, male is shorter than the female ascaris. Are you clear? Then assignment 3. Assignment 3. Meristos, which means divisible or having cell division activity. Meristos means divisible or having cell division activity. And parenchyma tissues are present in aquatic plants. Parenchyma tissues are present in aquatic plants. Okay. Then name the storage material in potato and apple. In potato, parenchyma vacuoles are filled with starch. In apple, parenchyma store sugar. I repeat, in potato, parenchyma vacuoles are filled with starch, and in apple, parenchyma stores sugar. Then give examples of tissues and organs in plants and animals. For example, in plants, root, stem and leaves are organs. In plants, root, stem and leaves are organs, whereas xylem and phloem are tissues. These are examples. Whereas in animal, stomach, for example, is an organ. It is consisting of tissues made up of epithelial cells, gland cell, and muscle cell. 3 types of cells. I hope you understand. And then this is classification cell, tissues, organ system, and organism. Clear? Then write the binomial of hemp and jute. It's given in our textbook. Now the lessons combine. So the cannabis sativa is hemp and Corchorus capsularis is jute. Cannabis sativa, hemp, and Corchorus capsularis is jute. I hope you understand. This is for 4th question. Then represent diagrammatically sclerites and fibers. Diagram it is given in our textbook. I hope you follow. So the example go through the diagram go through and then go through. Can you? I hope you understand. So this is assignment number 3. So far we have done 1, 2, 3 we have done. Clear? So meristos means divisible or having cell division activity. Parenchyma tissues are present in aquatic plants. Normally these parenchyma tissues, they are as different location, as I said, as chloroplast, cells filled with the chloroplast, it is chlorenchyma. With the air spaces, parenchyma. And then with the storage material, it is storage parenchyma. I hope you remember that. And then these are the examples. Sorry, question answer. Potato, parenchyma vacuoles are filled with starch. In apple, it is with the sugar. Then tissues and organ, plants, root, stem, and leaves are the organ, whereas xylem and phloem are tissues. Right? Then in animal, stomach, for example, is an organ that consists of tissues and made of epithelial cells, gland cells, and muscle cells. I hope you follow this. Yeah? And then assignment 4, today's lesson, please listen carefully and write. So notes on glandular epithelium. As epithelial cells are often modified to form specialized glandular cells which secrete chemical substances at the epithelial surface. Now in today's video number 4, these animal tissues, they are classified into different types. In that epithelial tissues alone, we have discussed it today. We are going to discuss. So that portion alone, I have given this as a question answers. So glandular epithelium are of 5 types as squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliated epithelium, and glandular epithelium. Now these epithelium, they are present in every part of the, all parts of the body. Whatever we say an organ, it is formed of this lining layer, that is as epithelial tissue. So see, we say glandular epithelium, adha nama tabular column padi, the continuation of this video we have discussed. Okay. So now glandular epithelium, epithelial cells are often modified to form specialized cell which secrete chemical substances at the epithelial surface. Epithelial na outer layer. It lines gastric gland, pancreatic tubules, and intestinal glands. Then what do you find? Sorry, where do you find cuboidal epithelium? This tissue is present in thyroid vesicle, salivary gland, sweat gland, and exocrine pancreas. It is also formed in intestine and tubular part of the nephron, that is kidney tubules. As microvilli increase the absorptive area. What is the main function? As secretion and absorption. Then locate squamous epithelium. That is, wherever you find this squamous epithelium, you have to write. That is only locate squamous epithelium. It is also known as pavement membrane, which form delicate lining of the buccal cavity, alveoli of lungs. Lungs are formed with the air bubbler structure, that is alveoli, proximal tubule of kidney. What is it? Nephron. It is formed of cup-shaped Bowman capsule, continued as is the highly coiled tubule. In that first one is proximal tubule, and covering the skin and tongue. And it protects the body from mechanical injury, drying, and invasion of germs. It is squamous epithelium. Then I will refer the textbook for doing ciliated epithelium. Then list the functions of epithelial tissue. The skin forms the outer covering and protects the underlying cells from drying, injury, and microbial infection. They help in absorption of water and nutrients. They are involved in elimination of waste products, and some epithelial tissues perform secretory function as secretion of sweat, saliva, mucus, and enzymes. I hope you follow this. So this is our worksheet, assignment 1, 2, 3, and 4. I hope you follow. The continuation of this video session is the just for a few minutes. This question answer discussion will go on. In that, 1 or 2 questions I have changed again. First I have given the video. Then for assignment, 1 or 2 questions I have changed again. That is why first I am giving these videos that you have, the assignment that you have written. So other assignment, you just listen and pass it and then go for animal tissues portion. I hope you follow this. So just pass that that portion of question answer discussion, because 1 or 2 questions I changed again in the video, so that you please understand and then go through the video. I hope you follow. But this 1 to 4 first what I am giving, that you should know thoroughly. Second part, you just listen and then understand the concept. I hope you follow. Are you clear? So we will continue with this video session 4. Video 4, we will continue with the animal tissues. We will continue.
Hello, hi ladies and children. I hope you are enjoying these video classes. Today we are going to discuss about the classes what we have done for first and second video. And hereafter, when you attend video session, we will be given textbook content, PDF file. That and the notebook you please have it with you. Only then, whenever we talk about, you can note down the points and whatever doubt you have, that also you can be noting down. That you please make it a point to do it. Right? The first session, we were learning about animal kingdom. Animal kingdom in the textbook, it is given very clearly as a description. First, classification, identifying, understanding the relationship between the various animals, and it is classified based on the similarities and differences. Then it is said the systematic approach of this classification is included under the branch of biology, taxonomy. Now this taxonomy, again Aristotle is considered as a father of taxonomy. Aristotle made the spelling, note the spelling, Aristotle, father of taxonomy. Then this Carolus Linnaeus is the father of modern taxonomy. Carolus Linnaeus is the father of modern taxonomy. Aristotle, father of taxonomy, and Carolus Linnaeus is the father of modern taxonomy. And he followed binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature nomenclature, naming of an organism. Whereas binomial, using 2 words, one is generic name and another one is specific name. Generic name should be starting with the capital letters and specific name should be with the small letters. And there are some examples given in your book on page under heading 7.1.2 as binomial nomenclature. Now this binomial nomenclature, there are some common names and here binomials are given as amoeba, Amoeba proteus, Hydra, Hydra vulgaris, tapeworm, Taeniasolium, roundworm, Ascaris, lumbricoides, earthworm. There are 2 names. One is Lampeter maruti and Perionyx excavatus. Leech, Hirudinaria granulosa. Cockroach, Periplaneta americana. Snail, Phyla lobosa. Starfish, Astrias rubens. And frog, Lana hexadactyla. Wall lizard, Podacris moralis. Crow, Corvus splendens. Peacock, Pavo vistus. Pavo vistatus. Dog, Canis familiaris. Cat, Felis felis. Then tiger, Panthera tigeris. And man, Homo sapiens. In that, whenever you learn for unit test, midterm, then cycle test or periodic test, because as we are in a lockdown, we don't know how many tests we will be conducting. So accordingly, whenever this portion is announced, you have to learn four names. Only then you will be familiar with these terms. On this, you will please go through the examples. Then and there, only then you can understand and learn easily. So that is for binomial nomenclature. Then we were discussing about hierarchy of classification that we did in second video class as kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus and species. And this other side it is given about the description of species, genus, family, order, class, phylum and kingdom. It is a reverse order description. But a hierarchy starting from the kingdom ending with the species. So now we see it is the lowest level in hierarchy of classification. Now we have to say this species, which is the next higher order of hierarchy in the classification. Next to phylum, now we have to say it as a class. And every question can be answered. Next one is basis for classification and as level of organization, unicellular and multicellular. Symmetry, plane of arrangement of body parts in an organism. That is as asymmetry, radial symmetry and bilateral symmetry. Germ layers are formed during the development of an embryo. It is then differentiating into organs as the embryo becomes the adult. And there are germ layers as diploblastic and triploblastic. And about the coelom, acoelomate, pseudocoelomate and coelomate animal or eucoelomate animal. Then based on the presence of backbone, it is invertebrata and vertebrata. Then diagram we will draw acoelomate, pseudocoelomate and coelomate or eucoelomate. And the diagram as we are following, you have to use the color also. Right? And then about the description of every phylum, phylum Porifera, phylum Coelenterata, it is also known as Nidaria, phylum Platyhelminthes, that is flatworm, phylum Ascomyces, it is also known as roundworm. In this roundworm, phylum Platyhelminthes, two diseases we should say as the most common disease common by nematodes, caused by nematodes in human beings are elephantiasis and ascariasis. Elephantiasis is Yanakal as elephantiasis. It is caused by Vaucheria species and ascariasis. It is caused by ascaris. The point I return chapter when a contaminated food when they are taken by mistake, by the puru ascariasis. அதே மாதிரி ஃபைலேரியல் வார்ம் வரும், அது வந்து காஸ்ட் பை another type of infectious agent. And போன வீடியோ கிளாஸ்ல ஃபைலேரியாசிஸ் சொன்னாங்க, கரெக்ட் வந்து it is elephantiasis caused by Vaucheria. Okay, the male and female ascaris, when they are drawing, female ascaris should be the longest. And then about phylum Annelida, it is segmented. Annelida, you should remember about metamerism. Annelida, metamerism, presence of every set of organ and organ system. Then setae and parapodia are the locomotory organ. This you should know. Then about the phylum Arthropoda, it is jointed legs. Animals with jointed legs. Here you should remember about the body cavity, hemolymph, absence of the respiratory pigment, hemoglobin. Hence, it is reddish white in color, and then it has no special circulatory system So it is known as open type of blood circulation. Blood is white color. Then excretion, it is taking place by Malpighian tubules or green glands. And then here sexes are separated. That means it exhibits sexual dimorphism. Then activity 1, you should know. First diagram, it is scorpion. Second, spider. Third, cockroach. Fourth one, crab. And fifth one is prawn. Prawn is then phylum mollusca, soft-bodied animal. Example, phyla globosa, apple snake. Otherwise, nothing alone. The characteristic the respiration is through the gills, and the gills is timidia, and it may be respiring through the lungs or both the type. Then here, do you know octopus is the only invertebrate that is capable of emotion, empathy, cognitive function, self-awareness, personality, and even relationship with the human. This is additional information. Then spiny skinned animals are included under the phylum Echinodermata. They are characterized by the presence of tube feet which controls water vascular system. Otherwise, water vascular system is carried out by the presence of tube feet. Then it comes under phylum Chordata. We study about the presence of notochord, which in turn further developing into vertebral column. Then Prochordata as Urochordata and Cephalochordata. Then it is vertebra, presence of vertebral column. Under that we come across a special class as Cyclostomata. Cyclostomata, they are jawless vertebrate. Instead, the mouth is surrounded by a circular structure. The mouth is a circular mouth is present. Example is lamprey, jawless and hagfish. In the textbook, the body is elongated and eel-like. Eel it is a long fish, looks like a snake. Then fishes, fluctuation in temperature is said to be poikilothermic animal. It is cold-blooded, and it is two types: cartilaginous fish and bony fish. Example: then amphibian, terrestrial, dual mode of life. At larval stage, it is under aquatic form, water form, and then it is land. When it becomes an adult, it is land form. That is for phylum Vertebrata class Amphibia. Then Reptilia class A and class Mammalia we already discussed. That we will go through. Are you clear? Then the classification of phylum Chordata or flowchart that we will just go through. Are you clear? Then we will say about the you are given two worksheets. Clear? Assignment 1, assignment 2. Now, the fourth assignment worksheet 4 So, first three assignment worksheet worksheet 4 fourth so, key answer check paniko. First one assignment 1. Define taxonomy. It is the science of classification which makes the study of wide variety of organisms easier. It helps us to understand the relationship among different group of animals. The first systematic approach to the classification of living organism was made by Swedish botanist Carolus Linnaeus. Then we should say as Aristotle, father of taxonomy, Carolus Linnaeus, father of modern taxonomy. Then name the Pythagoras 5 kingdom classification. 5 kingdom classifications are kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom Fungi, kingdom Plantae, and kingdom Animalia. Then what are germ layers? The basis of classification in germ layer paragraph here. Other germ layers are found during the development of an embryo. These layers give rise to different organs as embryo becomes an adult. Then we will say about diploblastic type, triploblastic animal. Then give the binomial nomenclature of amoeba. It is amoeba proteus, and pica, it is phagocytaceous. And binomial nomenclature. Then drawn label pseudocytomate, and the mole diagram pseudocytomate diagram and you have to draw as it is in the book. You use circular compass for drawing the diagram, and you have to give color. So yeah. Now assignment 2, first one, mesothea is present in the phylum Coelenterata. It is a diploblastic animal where outer ectoderm, middle mesoderm, in between mesothea is present. And water aqueous system is present in starfish. So first answer is B, Coelenterata. Subdivision 2, it is C, starfish. Then match the following. Coelenterata, it is hydra. Platyhelminthes, tapeworm. Echinodermata, starfish. And mollusca, snake. I repeat, A given the 4 hydra, B 3 tapeworm, C 2 starfish, and D 1 snail. I hope I am clear. Then respiratory organs of amphibians affected by gills, skin, bronchopharynx, and lungs. Gills தெரியும், larval stage, skin வந்து cutaneous respiration. It is cutaneous respiration. Bronchopharynx through the buccal cavity. Then through the lungs. Then subphylum Cephalocardata has small fish-like marine chordates with the unpaired dorsal fin. Unpaired pairing only one will be present. The notochord extends throughout the entire length of the body. Notochord primitive formation of vertebral column. Then you will draw the diagram liver fluke, ascaris, male and female. Liver fluke வந்து you will draw first ஒரு triangle மாதிரி போட்டுக்கோ, then triangle பண்ணி பெருசா இங்க வந்து சர்க்கிள் குட் டயக்ராமா லெஃப்ட் பண்ணி. I hope you are what you have to do. So yeah, the next one. So first I said about I just summed up. I am summing up the animal kingdom. Then worksheets வந்து so far you have got 3 assignments னு கொடுத்துட்டு hereafter நான் வந்து worksheet 4 னு கொடுத்தேன். Please remember that. Right? The next one diagram. உனக்கு வந்து நம்ம invertebrates and vertebrates explanation பார்த்தோம்ல description அது ஒண்ணுல இருக்கும் diagram உண்டு. சில இது இப்ப sponges னு பார்த்தோம்னா நம்ம புக்ல இருக்கிறது வந்து cycon and eucliptella இருக்கு. ஆனா அது வரையறது வந்து கொஞ்சம் difficult. நான் போர்ட்ல வரைஞ்சு போடணும். அதுக்கு பதில் ஸ்பாஞ்ச் இல்லாம அதுவும் ஸ்பாஞ்ச் வரைக்கலாம் அந்த diagram இருக்கு. சரியா? And then tapeworm வந்து அது full tapeworm and the head of scholars enlarged diagram இருக்கும். Then male and female ascaris அந்த மாதிரி எதெல்லாம் நமக்கு ஈஸியா வரைய முடியுமோ அதை பார்த்து diagram will be given. and உனக்கு வந்து இந்த லெசன் முடியும்போது QBயும் டயக்ராமும் தருவாங்க. அப்ப அந்த டயக்ராம் உனக்கு கிடைச்ச உடனே நான் வந்து டிஸ்கஷனுக்கு வர்றேன். ஒரு டயக்ராமே சிம்பிளா எங்க ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம், எப்படி கண்டினியூ பண்ணலாம், எப்படி முடிக்கணும்னு சொல்லுவேன். and then this diagram PDF வந்து உனக்கு நம்ம ஸ்கூல்ல என்ன இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் தந்திருக்காங்களோ so far பயாலஜிக்கு டயக்ராம் எழுத வரையலாம்னு சொல்லிருப்பா. accordingly we will draw in the notebook. உனக்கு அப்படி டவுட்டா இருந்ததுன்னா take A4 sheet ஒரு பேஜுக்கு ஒரு டயக்ராம் எழுது. ஒரு டயக்ராம் வரை diagram should be drawn neatly with the pencil and all the labeling should be supposed இது வந்து exam scholars வரும். So all the labeling should be this side. diagram heading all the labeling should be this side. Right? And then all the diagram you will use pink or red or orange color. நம்ம கண்டிப்பா diagram color use பண்ணுவோம். So you will use pink or red or orange color. யாருமே black color use பண்ணக்கூடாது. I hope I am clear. Then you will be given QB. And the QB மறுபடியும் எதுல எழுதணும்னு instruction மறுபடியும் நானும் clarify பண்ணி சொல்றேன். உனக்கு எந்த நோட்ல எது சொல்லிருக்காங்களோ accordingly. I think we are given 2 notebooks. So அதுல ஒண்ணுல ஒரு new notebook வாங்கி one side ruled. அதுல you start writing the QB for animal kingdom. I hope I am clear. So இது எல்லாத்தையும் முடிச்சுக்கோம். Right? நம்ம next வந்து in previous class நம்ம plant tissue next lesson organization of tissues நம்ம start பண்ணிருக்கோம். அதுல வந்து plant tissues பத்தி previous videoல describe பண்ணிருக்கோம். இப்போ வந்து we are discussing about the animal tissues. The animal tissues first I will explain about the flow chart for classification of animal tissue. அது வந்து page 225 நம்ம ரெஃபர் பண்ணிக்கலாம். சரியா? சோ இனிமே இந்த நெக்ஸ்ட் இந்த வீடியோ கிளாஸ்ல இருந்து புக்கையும் ஒரு நோட் புக்கையும் note down the points hereafter you please have it. I hope I am clear. We will continue. Next we will continue animal tissue. We are talking about the lesson chapter 18 organization of tissues. And previous class we have been describing about plant tissues. The next one it is animal tissues. Now these tissues again cells are the structural and functional unit of life. A group of cells forming tissues. A group of tissues with a similar structure and function they form a organ and further they form organ system. Now this animal tissue, it is classified into first epithelial tissue, then connective tissue, then muscular tissue, and then vascular tissue. Now epithelial tissue means all lining of the cells. Any cell, any organ will have outer covering. That outer covering is epithelial tissue. And in outer covering I say it may be external or internal. For example, now if we take about our pinna of the ear, outer covering external ear. It is epithelial tissue. Whereas when I talk about the stomach, stomach ku velila oru layer irukilla, aduvum epithelial tissue. So now based on the location and the function and the structure, epithelial tissues they are classified into squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliated epithelium, and glandular epithelium. Epithelial tissues are classified into squamous, cuboidal, columnar, ciliated, and glandular epithelium. I repeat, epithelial tissues are further classified into subdivision: squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliated epithelium, and glandular epithelium. Right? Now, as the name suggests, their location and the structure will be having. They have first squamous epithelium. It is formed of flattened cell. The square next we will study. Every flattened படிப்போம். So this flattened cell, square flattened cell squamous epithelium. அதே the cube மாதிரி the cube square சொல்லுவோம்ல அந்த shape that is cuboidal epithelium. And when the columnar cells pillar மாதிரி again a diagram காட்டுவேன். They are called columnar epithelium. And the columnar cells possess cilia at the top. It is said to be ciliated epithelium. And the it may be a squamous, cuboidal or ciliated cell which are present in the glandular part of the portion, then it is said to be glandular epithelium. Right? Next one is about connective tissue. It is again further classified into connective tissue proper, supportive connective tissue, dense connective tissue, and fluid connective tissue. I repeat, connective tissue proper, so the fibers and muscular nature will be there. Then supportive connective tissue. These fibrous connective tissue which are giving strength and support, they are included under supportive connective tissue. Then dense connective tissue and then fluid connective tissue. Fluid connective tissue and then blood. Then when we say muscular tissue, it is of three types: striated muscle, non-striated muscle, and cardiac muscle. And nervous tissue, it is as having a single structure, nervous tissue. When we will study about the structure of neuron, we will say. Then, based on the function, I say epithelial tissue will have protection, absorption, and secretion. Whereas connective tissue, they are meant for support, binding, and packing. They are further as tissue connective tissue proper. They are classified into subdivisional type: areolar connective tissue, adipose connective tissue. Supportive unit, it is as bone and cartilage. Difference na bone and they are very hard and rigid. Bone and whereas cartilage it is very thin and flexible. Bone thin and it is flexible. Then when we say dense connective tissue, it is tendon and ligament. Tendon and the muscular tissue. Ligament and when a bone is attached to a muscle, it is a ligament. Okay, so muscle to muscle, tendon. Muscle to bone, it is ligament. That is supportive tissue. Then, children, the tricep muscle, bicep muscles, and the 7th, 8th, and the bicep, thicker, denser, tendon. So they are meant for supportive tissue. And then it is fluid connective tissue. It is as blood and the lymph. Blood again as content when detail composition of blood as plasma, RBC, that is red blood corpuscles or erythrocytes, WBC, white blood corpuscles or leukocytes, and platelets or karyocytes. Then it is lymph, again it is of plasma and WBC. Now in our human system, blood is circulated, and other than that there is one more circulation is going on, that is called lymphatic circulation. Lymphatic blood vessels, it is called lymph node. The lymph node usually armpit layum, the neck region layum, muttulayum, the lymph node will be present. Now the elephantiasis when the lymph node is blocked by this Glaucidia parasite, it causes the disease elephantiasis. And then nervous tissue, we will discuss in detail. We will study in detail about the structure of neuron, otherwise called nervous tissue. Next, we are going to learn about as first one, it is squamous epithelium, where it is made up of thin flat cell with the prominent nucleus. Then its main function, location, is located in delicate lining of buccal cavity. Buccal cavity na mouth cavity. Then alveoli of lungs. Glands another structure, trachea, branching into bronchus and bronchiole that in turn formed of what? Alveoli. And that alveoli is lined by squamous epithelium. The next one, it is proximal tubule of kidneys. Proximal tubule of kidneys. 1 minute, I will just go through the topic, go through the types. So far, we have been doing about classification of animal kingdom. Next, we will continue with the animal tissues. Animal tissues, first is epithelial tissue. This epithelial tissue, we learn it as structure, location, functions. I am going to part of meaning. For that, I am doing this method of description. Okay. The first one is squamous epithelium. It is made up of thin flat cells with prominent nuclei. It is made up of thin flat cells with prominent nuclei. Then location, it is located or it is present in delicate lining of buccal cavity. Buccal cavity in a mouth cavity. Then alveoli of lungs. Alveoli is the structure of lungs. First, trachea, cartilaginous trachea that branches into bronchus and bronchiole. These bronchioles in turn made up of numerous alveoli. And these alveoli, they are covered by squamous epithelium. They are lined by squamous epithelium. Then proximal tubule of kidneys. Kidney we know, others of kidney last year percent. Other nephrons are the structural and functional unit of kidney. And that nephron, again, it is formed of cup-shaped Bowman's capsule, and that is continued as long tubules. The long tubules are the region immediately next to Bowman capsule is the proximal tubule. Then it is covering of skin. Our skin, our body, it is covered by squamous epithelium. And the tongue, it is formed of something there, fleshy portion, that is squamous epithelium. A second one, cuboidal epithelium, shape on the cubical, and the nucleus is round and lies in the center, and it is only a single layer. And this tissue is present in thyroid vesicles. What is thyroid gland? It is an endocrine gland formed of numerous follicles. Spherical follicles will be present, and those follicles, each one is called vesicle, and that is lined by cuboidal epithelium. The next one, salivary gland. Salivary gland is present in the mouth, secreting the enzyme saliva. It is concerned with the digestion of starch. And the next lesson, digestive system particular, we will learn more about salivary gland. Then sweat glands, they are present on the skin. Sweat gland will secrete sweat. Then exocrine pancreas. Exocrine pancreas na our digestive system below the stomach, the U-shaped duodenum or pancreas structure. It acts both as an exocrine and endocrine. Exocrine, it secretes the digestive enzyme pancreatic juice. Endocrine, it secretes insulin. So here the exocrine part, it is lined by cuboidal epithelium. Then it is also found in the intestine, digestive portion. Then tubular part of the nephron. Proximal convoluted tubule, that is continued as tubular part, U-shape, and then it is nephron. Nephrons are the kidney tubules as microvilli. Microvilli, the smallest epithelial layer, it is called minute epithelial layer is called microepithelium, and it increases the absorptive surface. என்ன absorb பண்ணும்? Intestine the complete digestion of the food that is eaten is absorbed in the intestine. Intestine is made up of small intestine is formed of a pillar-like cell called villi, and that is formed of this cuboidal epithelium. Same way, tubular part of the nephron, it absorbs nitrogenous, it eliminates nitrogenous waste, and it absorbs useful substances. That is why it increases the absorptive area. Okay, and then cuboidal main function secretion and absorption. Then third one is columnar epithelium, composed of composed of single layer of slender elongated pillar-like cells, and the nucleus will be located at the base. நான் இது ஒன்னும் சொல்லும்போது உனக்கு வந்து நம்ம புக்ல உள்ள பிக்சர் வந்து வீடியோல வரும், அதையும் ஃபாலோ பண்ணிக்கணும். So that is slender elongated pillar-like cells. Then it is found lining the stomach, gallbladder na liver kulla irukku gallbladder, where the bile juice is temporarily stored, continued as bile the small intestine, colon, idella digestive organ, and oviduct it is present in the female reproductive system. Oviduct is also known as fallopian tube in female reproductive system. Then the main function again secretion and absorption. Ellame puduva secretion and absorption. Next one is ciliated epithelium. It is the columnar epithelium alla மேலி cilia irundha adu peru ciliated epithelium. It bears numerous delicate hair-like outgrowth called cilia. So it is ciliated epithelium. Their main function is to move particles and mucus in a specific direction over epithelium. அதை எப்படின்னாக்க சப்போஸ் trachea windpipe இது வந்து இங்கே வந்துருக்கணும், ஆக்சுவலாக புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். It is in a trachea of windpipe. நம்ம தெரியாம ஏதாவது டஸ்ட் இருந்ததுன்னா நம்ம ஸ்னீச் பண்றோம்ல, அது வந்து due to the dust particle. இல்லைன்னா சாப்பிடுறது தெரியாம குறை இருக்குதுல்ல, அது என்னது food particle where it enters into the windpipe. Then bronchioles, as I said, respiratory part of the lungs. Kidney tubules, it is nephron. Fallopian tube of oviduct வந்து என்னது female reproductive system. And finally epithelial tissue, the glandular epithelium. These are specialized epithelial tissue present in glandular part. Wherever secretion is there, it is found of glandular epithelium. Then it lines the gastric gland, pancreatic tubules, and intestinal glands. Clear? During this description, we will get a picture of all these types of epithelial tissue in our video. You can observe. Then refer it with reference to our text. We will continue in the next class. Please follow the instruction for diagram to be completed, QB to be starting writing. QB la engalam diagram question adu irukku, accordingly we will do the diagram, and you have to do the coloring, that please understand. And test வந்து இனிமே நான் 3 இது வந்து அசைன்மென்ட்ல கொடுத்தேன், இனிமே worksheet 4 ல வரும். ஒரு சாப்டர் முடிச்சோம்னே உங்களுக்கு ஒரு டெஸ்ட் தரலாம், அந்த டெஸ்டும் I hope you will do that. You have to make use of this lockdown period to learn more biology. Okay? We will continue in the next class. I hope you are doing